Go ahead and bust out your best Jim Mora impression because we're talking about the playoffs. Welcome to Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. We're not worried about the playoffs. We just want to win a bet. I am Jamie G, a proud member of the Bills Mafia, and I'm here at Magnum Mills to talk about our favorite bets and wagers for the wild card round games on Saturday. That's right. It's the official round. Charlie Kelly.
Wild card, bitches!
That's right. We're cutting the brakes. It is full steam ahead on this episode of Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Seize the Gap Fantasy Football. You can find our content wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Find us on social media at Seize the Gap FF and on the web at seizethegapff.com. Very simple and easy to remember, just like the flaps, FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please make sure that you hit the thumb.
We're about to give you a bunch of information, but things they can change pretty quickly around here. Make sure you always check the latest news, the weather, injury reports, all of it before placing any wagers. And don't be lazy. Shop around. Make sure you're getting the best odds, boosts, bonuses, you name it. It's all out there. Make sure you're getting the best. We are not affiliated with DraftKings, no, but we wouldn't turn them down if they came a calling. We are using the DraftKings Sportsbook for our odds and wagers. Everything we're saying is accurate as of Thursday, January 9th, 2025. Ring the bell. It is time for the tale of the tape.
We have a doubleheader on Saturday. Game one kicks off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch it on CBS or Paramount Plus. We have the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Houston to face the Texans. Currently, according to the DraftKings Sportsbook, the Chargers are 3-point road favorites, minus 162 on the money line, while the Texans are 3-point home dogs, plus 136 on the money line. The game total is 42.5 points. No real weather to worry about here. It'll either be nice or they will close the roof in Houston, so no worries there. Game two is a nightcapper kicking off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch it on Prime Video. And we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Baltimore to face their division rival, the Ravens. Currently, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a 9.5-point road underdog, plus 130 on the money line, while the Ravens are a 9.5-point home favorite, minus 485 on the money line. Game total in this one is 43.5 points. Weather looks pretty decent for this time of year. You're looking at temperatures around 30 degrees, light winds, no expected precipitation, so not too much to worry about there. Jamie G, let's start in the first game here. What are your overall thoughts on this Chargers at Texans matchup?
Interesting one for me, Mills, and it's weird because virtually nobody is leaning into Houston here. And so that I don't know if that scares me, excites me. I sense an opportunity. Stick around and find out. But I like the matchup here because one, Houston getting back the linebacker that was suspended and Shazier, I really think that that's the glue that holds the defense together. One of the things they're really good at is stopping the run. And one of the things that makes the Chargers offense go is the run. So it's kind of like the best thing on one team versus the best thing on the other. Outside of, if they can't get J.K. Dobbins going for the Chargers, you've got Lad McConkey. We've seen that. We've seen an emergence in Quentin Johnson, but I really like the corners and I like the defense here for the Houston in this matchup. So I think it's going to be an interesting one, Mills. Should make for a good game. We don't have a ton of playoff experience here. Obviously CJ Stroud won one game, lost one game last year. This is only the second game that Herbert's ever played in. He played really well in one half and then blew it in the second half in his one playoff game. So not a ton of experience here in playoffs. We'll see if that comes to bear any fruit or if that's just a media-inspired narrative. But I like the matchup in terms of some of the best things that the Chargers do or some of the best things Houston defends on defense.
How about in the nightcapper? You have two teams who know each other well. The Ravens are huge favorites. The Steelers coming in, having lost four in a row. What are your thoughts on the second game?
Yeah, this is such a weird one because anytime you play a team three times in a row or three times in a season and you've got that division rivalry, it makes for an interesting thing where all hell could break loose. This is a game we've seen him play where it was, what was it, 6-3, and Pittsburgh won, and then we saw him play where Baltimore kind of ran away with it. So I honestly think either one of those outcomes is possible. You would think after three times or two times playing him, Pittsburgh will have a better game plan to stop Lamar and Derrick Henry. But you can have the game plan all you want, but do you have the talent to do it? That Pittsburgh defense is one that confuses me because on one hand, I think it has the opportunity to be dominant, but on the other hand, I don't know that it's as good as what we think it should be, right? And so it's been a weird year for Pittsburgh. They're absolutely on a decline. They've lost what, four straight, whereas Baltimore's been really hot. Interesting thing here is Zay Flowers. Keep an eye on that. He banged up his knee pretty good in that last game. It'll be interesting to see if he plays. If he doesn't, I think it hurts Baltimore's offense just a little bit because he's really been just this key cog for that passing game to get it going. His ability to create separation, the yards after the catch, all that, the big plays. He's really been a focal point there. So I like this one. I think the lower the score, the better it is for Pittsburgh. I think the higher the score, the better it is for Baltimore. It should make for a good one here, Mills. But I think this is one of the games where you can throw away the records. You just got two division teams, and I won't say it's a coin flip game, but I think it could be closer than what people think.
No need to really mess around here. We are in the playoffs, so we're going to get right to our favorite wagers. Jamie G, you were very good on these during the season here, so no limitations. Fire as many as you want at us. Give us your favorite wagers for the wild card Saturday.
Well, Mills, you mentioned it, or I mentioned it earlier that, nobody is on Houston right now. Houston's a home dog. They were home dogs last year in the playoffs. I'm going there, man. I'm taking 100 cricket coins on Houston's money line at home against the Chargers. It's plus 136. Look, I just think outside of Lad McConkey, and this is with the expectation that Houston is going to stymie the running game here. Outside of Lad McConkey, I just don't know that there's much more on this Chargers offense. And from a Chargers defense perspective, I like certain pieces of it, but I think you can exploit it. I think this, it has to be a Houston defense and a Joe Mixon game, which really opens up some play action opportunity for Dalton Schultz, Nico Collins, and company there for Houston. Will we see? They signed. He hasn't been. Deontay John. He didn't work out for Baltimore. He didn't work out. Will he work out here? Will we see him? We'll see. Will we see a John Mechie? One other player needs to step up here, but I'm gonna go against the public. I'm taking Houston at home. That's 100 cricket coins to win 236. I'm also taking the 100 cricket coins on Pittsburgh plus 9.5 at Baltimore. That's minus 108. 100 cricket coins there to win 192. I think Pittsburgh finds a way to keep this one close. This is the third time they've played each other. I understand it's in Baltimore. Pittsburgh had a knack of beating Baltimore up until the last time they played. It was a narrative with Baltimore and Lamar. You can't beat Pittsburgh. Well, they did, and they beat them. They beat them pretty good. I think the third time they play here, this game tightens up a little bit, and I like Pittsburgh with those points. I'm also that speaks to the same theory here. I'm putting 100 cricket coins on the under for Pittsburgh and Baltimore under 43 and a half points. I think this has if Pittsburgh contains Baltimore's offense, they can win and this under will hit. It's minus 110, 100 cricket coins there to win 191.
All right, man. You got any? You did the kind of the Main Street ones here. You like your little alt spreads and everything. You have any of those to offer us?
Yeah, Mills, I mentioned I like that under in that Pittsburgh Baltimore game. I think this might be a week where I hedge a little bit and try to double dip. I'm going to put 100 cricket coins on Pittsburgh and Baltimore under 45 and a half. I think the 43 gets there, but I definitely think the 45 and a half gets there. A little bit of an alternate spread here, 100 cricket coins to win 168.
Hey man, wagering on teams is fun. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I'd rather bet on how high Jack is going to climb than whether or not he makes it all the way to the top of the beanstalk. It's kind of like a death pool, a little bit morbid, but sometimes you just want to bet on the player, which is what we are going to do with the top of the props. We are trying to get all the way to the top of the beanstalk. We've heard that maybe that's where the leprechaun hit his pot of gold, or at least his lucky charms. Jamie G, who are you climbing the beanstalk with to the top of the props on this Saturday of Wildcard Weekend?
Yep, I got a couple here that I'm eyeballing in that first game. I've got 100 cricket coins on CJ Stroud, 2+ passing touchdowns. I think he's going to have to find a way in the red zone to get in there. And I think it could come down to, the Nico Collins big play or the Dalton Schultz or something in the red zone there. But I like this number, 2+ passing touchdowns at plus 136. It's a lot of good plus odds if you're on the Houston side in this game. 100 cricket coins to win 236. I'm also going to take 100 cricket coins on J.K. Dobbins over 14 and a half rush attempts. despite the fact I don't think he's going to have the huge day, I think they're going to have to try and they're going to continue to try. I don't see them getting away from trying to run the football with J.K. Dobbins. 14 and a half rush attempts, it's minus 125. 100 cricket coins to win 180. I am going to do the 100 cricket coins on the Joe Mixon anytime touchdown score. That's minus 130. 100 cricket coins there to win 177. And I am going to do 100 cricket coins on Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, Mills. He's been the number one target, even if they're small crossers, whatever they are. I think he gets his target options, and I think he catches six of them. 100 cricket coins there to win 174. And I'm going to put 100 cricket coins on Russell Wilson under 207.5 passing yards. That's minus 115. This offense has just been, it just has been bad. And I think if the Pittsburgh Steelers have any chance at winning this game, they're going to have to play incredible defense and figure out an ability to run the football and do enough on offense, make one or two big plays in the passing game. I don't see him lighting the world on fire here in the passing game. That's not the recipe for the Steelers' victory. I'm going to stick to that. That's minus 115, 100 cricket coins there to win 187. And then I'm going to have two players here that I'm going to keep an eye on, Mills. Jalen Warren, 100 cricket coins on 40 plus rushing yards. We've seen him pop. I really think if he breaks off a big one and they give him enough shares, which they'd be stupid if they didn't, I think he can get the 40 plus rushing yards. It's plus 130. I love that number. 100 cricket coins there to win 230. And then with Zay Flowers banged up, maybe not playing, I'm keeping an eye on Rashad Bateman. I got 100 cricket coins on him over 46.5 receiving yards. He has the abilities. He's really flashed down the stretch here. I think this has been one of his best seasons. We'll see if he can do it if Zay Flowers isn't on the field, but somebody's got to catch the football. Over 46.5 receiving yards, minus 115, 100 cricket coins there to win 187.
I'm the guy who likes taking big swings, which is why I'm not the guy giving you picks. I mean, you'd like to win more than once a season. It's nice to win big, but sometimes you just want to be a little bit slower and steadier. So we're going to turn it over to Jamie G, who's going to go ahead and manufacture some wins for us because you know my tease.
You gotta manufacture the wind, Mills. I'm all about doing a little tease, baby. Sometimes it's a strip tease, sometimes it's a six-pointer, sometimes more. Let's dive into this thing, man. I've got two teasers for the Saturday slates that I really like here. I've got a 6-point teaser, Houston plus 9, and the over 36.5 in that Chargers Houston game. It's minus 120. I like buying the points for Houston here. Even if they don't win, I think they can keep it within 10. I like that plus 9. And I just 36.5. I know it's playoffs. I know we're expecting defense and all that, but I feel more comfortable there. So minus 120, 100 cricket coins to win 183. And then I've got another one here, Mills. I'm going to tease it out just a bit more at 6.5 points to get the number where I wanted. But that gives me Chargers plus 3.5. Buys the potential of the push there in case it's a field goal game for Houston. And then I like Baltimore teased down to minus 3 against Pittsburgh. Protects against anything else weird happened in that game. So I think Baltimore still probably ultimately finds a way to win here, but I think it's a little bit closer than normal. So I'm going to do the 6.5 point teaser here. It's minus 130, 100 cricket coins there to take back 177.
You know my tease.
We are approaching the end of the episode, and we're going to go out on a high note with tripod time. We've got legs, baby, and we know how to use them. Once again, we're utilizing our proprietary formula to come up with a 3-leg single game parlay for both games on Saturday. Mills, please, I mean, just please make like Vanna White and show us those legs.
Well, we would show you Vanna White's legs, not mine. And maybe these might even be yours. We will see. Game one here, we have leg number one, the Houston money line. That is plus 136 on its own. Leg number two, we have Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, minus 110 on its own. And then we have Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown scorer, minus 130 on its own. You put those three together, your odds are plus 425. 100 cricket coins will return 525. In game two, leg number one of our tripod is Lamar Jackson, 225 plus passing yards. That is plus 105. Leg number two is Russell Wilson, under 207.5 passing yards. That is minus 115. Leg number three is Rashad Bateman, over 46.5 receiving yards, minus 115. You put those three legs together, your odds are plus 475. So a wager of 100 cricket coins will return 575 cricket coins.
Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Bet It Bank It Blow Off. Playoff time, baby. We're excited. We appreciate you being here with us. We want to make some money this playoffs, and we think we're going to do it, but we can't do it without you. Make sure you throw the thumb. Make sure you subscribe. Share the video. If you got something that you love on this Saturday slate, share it with us. Come on, man. We're all friends. We can do this thing. Slide into the DM. Send me the bet slips. I'll send yours back. Good luck. Make some money. Have a blast. We'll see you when we do the Sunday main slate for the playoffs. Good luck.
Thanks again for checking out Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by Caesar Gap Fantasy Football. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Find us on social media at Caesar Gap FF and on the web at CaesarGapFF.com. Thanks for remembering that, and thanks for remembering the flaps. FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please make sure that you hit the thumb. I am Magnum Mills. He's JBG. We can help you bet it. We can help you bank it, but
Blowing it is up to you.